January the 25th, 90,000 protesters had signed up on Facebook to a day of rage.
بيوم 25 يناير انا ما نزلتش الشارع، كان شغلي مكتبي اكتر منه في الشارع.
As protesters waged revolution on the streets, they needed a way to get their message out to a wider public.
في زمايلنا أقروا نفسهم مهمة إن هم يجمعوا من الناس في الشارع كونتنت مالتي ميديا، فيديوهات على صور ووثائق ويوصلوها لنا واحنا بننشرها على الإنترنت. قعدنا نلعب اللعبة ديت لغاية ما آخر سيرفر كان متاح في مصر كمان اتقفل.
On the 27th of January, the government started shutting down lines of communication. But the protesters found a way to be heard from an unlikely source 5,000 miles away.
Around 10 or 12 thugs from the NDP standing there with the mice and machete and stopping us and asking us why are we against Mubarak and they are telling us to leave the
So this was an example of one of many phone calls that I did with Remy.
From his small office in the University of California, John Scott Railton found a way to reconnect Egyptians with the internet. He created a service called Jan 25 Voices. With all signals out of Egypt cut, he went back to relying on the old-fashioned telephone.
This was all about calling old fixed-post numbers and reaching people's grandmothers, reaching their aunts, and getting those people to relay information from the youth who are out on the streets.
John created a network of Egyptians he could call to get information. He typed out their comments and posted them on Twitter, allowing the world to get minute-by-minute updates to the Egyptian revolution.
Cairo right now, people are in prayer, things quiet for now, and then the protest explodes. A wall of chanting from the street. The street is filled, we cannot see the pavement. Chanting, Mubarak has to leave. Tear gas is arcing across the crowd. I get a chill just reading this again. And then police have blocked Gala Bridge. Uncountable mass forming at Gala Square. They are trying to ram the barricade. And you remember that footage of the tear gas. I was talking to someone watching that.
2 days later, John started putting the audio online for people to hear. At this point, his small operation was overwhelmed with listeners.
The audio has 4,077,000 plays from Gen 25 Voices. And I actually got a very nice little note from the CEO of this company saying, oh, by the way, you crashed our site.
Yes, I do go on Facebook and I do read the news feed and I comment on things that I find interesting.
I'm going to have to take this.
With revolution now raging in neighbouring Libya, John has created a second service called Feb 17 Voices.
John, how are you?
Can we talk about where the shelling is coming from? For example, I know before it was coming from the medical technology clinic. Is that right?
The shelling is hitting neighborhoods all over the city. Tanks, snipers, shootings. 20 people were killed yesterday, 9 so far today.
As the violence has escalated, the service has been inundated.
We call on the international community to take the next step to really save the lives of the people of Misrata. This mad dictator will massacre the people of Misrata. The humanitarian situation, we have now more than 8,000.
Are you still there? Can you hear me? It's really very hard. It's extremely hard. 2 of the people who I've worked with have already been killed. The best friend of one of my other sources was killed yesterday. So it's difficult. It's really difficult.
In Tunisia and Egypt, the struggle has paid off. In both countries, non-violent protest, organised through the internet, has succeeded in unseating decades of authoritarian rule. At present, an interim military council. The army was neutral during the revolution. Since it has ended, the crackdowns have continued. On the 9th of March, a crackdown in Tahrir Square resulted in more than 100 arrests. The uprising has given birth to a new army of citizen journalists with the internet at their fingertips.
So this is someone calling me to check on 4 names that have been missing since the 9th of March.
Three days after the crackdown, Mona is on her way to the military courts to gather information.
What we know so far is that a group of them has been tried before a military court, and maybe today would be the sentence. Social media has been a very powerful tool in our search for any missing people or detainees. I already am getting messages from people I don't know at all with names added. Okay, I'll see you.
A list of possible detainees has been compiled by activists over the internet. In this new post-revolution era, information is still proving hard to get hold of.
The lawyer came back and he said that most of them got sentenced from 1 to 3 years, which is basically what we were fearing.
After a 12-hour day outside the military court, there's still important work for Mona to do on her computer back home.
I'm just waiting for tomorrow to start and work on a practical plan and then engage people in it through Twitter and Facebook. Yalla, bye-bye. First of all, I inform people because I sort of built a personal connection with all the followers, and they wait for me to tell them the latest news. How did I get into this? How did I become a source of information? I don't know when this really happened, but suddenly people who I don't know completely are depending on me as a credible source. And I found people I don't know saying, "We won't believe it till Mona Soch says it."
With the help of social